Greetings everyone and welcome. I'm your host Captain Rye, and in today's video I'm playing in the Tier 8 French battleship Richelieu here in World of Warships. A couple of things to note as the battle gets underway here. The map is Shatter, it's domination mode, and it is a Tier 10 maximum battle. One key individual to note in this battle that we will see in a little bit. In a Tier 10 British battleship, the Conqueror is Wargaming community contributor Little White Mouse. Now this is both a good thing and a bad thing because it does mean that the enemy team is more than likely going to focus down our teammate because she is a community contributor and because, well, she's pretty well known in the community for her reviews on Ship Comrade. And it's a good thing because it means they're going to absolutely ignore me. Now I've opted, because I've spawned closest to the A cap point, to start off this battle by heading to the A cap point. If you pay attention to the minimap, the team is dividing pretty equally to the C cap point and the A cap point, although it's worth noting that as far as battleships go, I am currently the most forward of the battleships on my team, especially on this side of the map where we have a friendly destroyer, the Lo Yang, up here in front of me, who is basically going in with no support. Now, if you find yourself in a battleship and you don't have a lot of cruiser options to push up with you, in this game we've only got 2 cruisers, it should be your responsibility to push up. Don't worry about those pesky torpedoes from the enemy destroyers. If your destroyer is doing what he's supposed to be doing, he will likely spot those torpedoes and those enemy destroyers before they become a significant threat to you. If they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, well, there's not much you can do about that. However, as a battleship with manual secondaries here, in this particular case, I do want to push up because if there are any enemy cruisers that decide to get a little cheeky and push up to challenge our destroyer, or there are any enemy destroyers that decide to get a little cheeky and push up to deal with me or him, I can flag them for manual secondaries and provide a reasonable amount of damage. Now our Lo Yang here has popped a smoke screen, but you can see enemy fire coming in there. I'm not sure if he was detected by radar there. It kind of looked like he might have been briefly, but he is bugging out nonetheless. There's the enemy destroyer that we were expecting to see there. As he leaves his smoke screen, you can see the torpedoes coming in behind him. Now, he does have a slight problem, and that is the enemy carrier has got aircraft over top of him. Fortunately for him, and unfortunately for me, that carrier is sending his planes directly to me. However, the Richelieu has a very, very powerful anti-aircraft complement here at Tier 8, and you just watch as these planes melt away. I've already shot down 4 of them. Carrier has dropped. Can I torpedo beats it? Yep. Reversing torpedo beats for the win there. And all he was able to do was get a couple of bomb hits on me. But I was able to shoot down a good number of his planes in that initial first strike there. That's going to make his life all that more difficult as he has to deal with the other ships in the game. In the meantime, I'm going to continue reversing here. I'm going to take shots at this Alsace, who is also reversing. Try to hit him. No luck there. Shatter and a ricochet. No damage. But the Richelieu's guns do have a reasonable reload. It's a standard battleship reload. And battleships, even the French ones, don't change directions quickly enough to avoid getting hit. Now, I know he's going to speed up. I know he's going to head back that direction. So right as he disappears, drops off detectability, I get those shots off. They look really good. It would be wonderful if I could connect on him. I gave him a lot of lead because it's a French battleship. And sure enough, look at that. Nice big damage numbers there. No citadels, though, but good damage overall. At this point in the battle, the enemy team is taking the initiative here as they've got most of the A cap point captured. They're in the process of capturing B, and while we are challenging them at C, they do technically hold the cap progress on C. So they are going to, at the very least, get A and probably get B here, which is a bit annoying, but that just means that we have to reconcentrate our efforts and decide where we want to go. Enemy destroyer up there took a massive hit from something, leaves him on dangerously low health. It would be wonderful if we could get the kill on him and take out one of those pesky torpedo spamming machines. In the meantime, looking at the situation, we've got friendly battleships pushing up the far flank here, and they are engaging those ships over there. So while they're engaging those ships, I'm not too concerned about my citadel from the flank. And because I've got the speed available in this ship, because I do run the speed flag, and while the speed boost is on cooldown, not too much of a speed advantage there, I am going to try and push up and challenge at B. Friendly Lo Yang still out in front of me here. He is actually providing the spotting for what is in the B cap point. There is a Yamato, and that Yamato's got a lot of health here. This could be a serious problem, because the Richelieu is good for really one very useful tactic in this game, and that is bow tanking. And the Yamato is particularly good at penetrating your bow for those lovely citadels. So we'll see how this engagement go down. He's a tier 10, I'm a tier 8. He's got bigger guns and more of them, but I have manual secondaries and I'm faster. We did manage to take out the enemy destroyer who was at sea, so we are finally able to start capping sea as we've driven them out of there. But the enemy team holds the points advantage here, even with their loss of ship, because they have 2 of the caps and they still hold them. Now, friendly Lo Yang, very low health, decides the best course of action here is to open up on this Yamato after he misses all of his torpedoes. That's so heartbreaking. It would have been wonderful if he'd managed to deal with that, because, well, you know, it's a Yamato. He's got a lot of health. He's a tier 10 battleship. My secondaries still managing to hit there. Did manage to set him on fire. I like that. So at the very least, I'm going to get some damage there. Trying to shoot through his bow is not going to work that well for me because of the gun caliber I have. And for him, as you can see, he's doing quite well here. Initially thought maybe I should ram him, but given the team situation, me ramming him would not necessarily be useful for my team, as we've now lost 3 ships to the enemy's 2. But look at this. I'm faster than the Yamato. My turrets traverse faster, and he can't keep his guns on bear as he presents a full broadside in that turn. However, I can't get my guns low enough because of their positioning on this ship to take full advantage of that, and I'm only able to secure 1 citadel out of this. And this Yamato, he's going to punish me greatly for the same thing as he gets his guns traversed, and the Alsace behind him does the same thing. So now I'm on dangerously low health, but my guns are almost reloaded, and it's about this point that Yamato realizes he done fucked up, as I managed to citadel him 4 times, causing a metric ass ton of damage, and the fire burning take him out of the game. So that's 1 very dangerous tier 10 battleship gone, and I've recovered some health, and I can still continue to recover health. The problem, enemy destroyer popped up there behind me, and I've got a beach in front of me. Oh, don't beach out. Oh, man, I beached out. Come on. Come on. Dodge him. Yes. A little bit of butt-clenching action. You know what they say, forward and aggressive captains have the best glutes in the game. Now, I have a serious problem, though, because that Alsace and that destroyer are both going to try and chase me down this channel, and I don't have the health to deal with the 2 of them combined, especially not if that destroyer is going to drop more torpedoes, and especially considering that Alsace has a lot of health, a lot more than I do. I need time to repair and recover. So I'm got my speed boost active. I'm just going to run away. I'm going to use the island as solid rock armor, best armor in the game, and get myself back and preferably regrouped with my team. If you'll notice, teammates on the other side of the map have all met their end. In fact, I think everybody who spawned on that side of the map has met their end, with the exception of myself, as quick relocation saves my ass for now. The enemy team, however, still in the lead because they still hold 2 of the caps. They are down 6 ships to my team's 4, so we have a ship advantage. They only have 1 destroyer left here. which gives us a destroyer advantage. The problem is our destroyers, well, they're too busy chasing after the Lexington on the enemy team to actually be of value. In fact, you'll see Little White Mouse is actually going to comment in the game how she believes that this team is actively trying to throw the match. Now, I did type into all chat there, or not all chat, into team chat, because White Mouse and another friendly battleship in Alsace was in position as I told them, I'm being chased by one, please, please save me. As I come up and push up towards the B cap point, I know there's at least one enemy ship in here. Have an enemy North Carolina off in the distance, managed to citadel him as he's given me broadside trying to run away from everybody on my team that was behind him, take him out of the game, and now my team has a really, really good advantage. But the enemy team, they still have a very, very dangerous cruiser on their team, and they still have a very dangerous destroyer. The cruiser is, of course, Battleship Moskva. And he is going to push into the B cap point. As you can see, the mini-map there, last known position, and I've stopped capping at the B cap point, so he's definitely here. The question is where? Now, he's got radar, but him using radar against a battleship would really not necessarily be useful. Fortunately for me, he gets close enough that we're proximity. He tries to fire, but the island, yes, the island, saving my ass again, preventing his very annoying gasoline-soaked stellinium from getting to me and setting me on fire. So I'm going to back off here. I'm going to let him continue to fire, and I'm just going to contest the cap so that at the very least the enemy team cannot continue to gain points from it. In the meantime, while I sit here, I am being cautious because there is still that enemy destroyer. I don't know where he is, and if he comes bum rushing me around that island corner, I want to be prepared to put a load of these shells into him, as well as flag him for secondaries. In the meantime, enemy Missouri back behind that island, but he's moving out in front of it here, and I'm in prime position to lob some shells into his flat broadside. And with any luck, these will cause some serious damage. Not the damage I was looking for. Lots of penetrations there, but no citadels. Enemy destroyers popped up here. Now, because I know where that destroyer's at, I know he's not hiding in that smoke screen, I'm going to push forward, and I'm going to start dealing damage to the Moskva. And I'm going to deal this damage to the Moskva as best I can because, again, dangerous cruiser needs to die. Look at all the overpins firing into his bow there, and the ricochets. There's a reason they call this Battleship Moskva. At this moment in time, if you look at the situation, the Moskva looks like he's going for a ram, and it's not the first time a Tier 10 cruiser has rammed me because I've been such a threat. But I know that as long as I'm alive, I can still contribute to the team, so I'm not going to let him ram, have my speed boost up, prevent the ram, dodge that, and now because he was committed to it, I'm going to get myself turned around, my quick rotating gun turrets, as he tries to use the island for cover. And I'm going to put shots right into his nice fat Russian ass. And those are going to hurt because they all penetrated there. No citadels again, but look how much health I've left him on. Additionally, secondaries blazing away, and while I've been set alight here, I've got some of the health to deal with the situation. I'd really, really like it if this Moskva could die. Enemy battleship pops up. That's the Alsace. He was very low health as well, so I know he's back there. And I'm kind of debating on who to shoot at here as I come around this island, and my guns get reloaded. Do I shoot at the Moskva or do I shoot at the Alsace? Both are low health here. I shoot the Moskva. Bad choice on my end because the Alsace was giving me a better target profile. And now, between the Moskva and the Alsace, I'm taking a lot of high explosive fire, both from secondaries and main batteries, as we can see. I have my damage control popped, at least for the meantime, and with the bow, I'm able to tank the damage from this battleship reasonably well, but it's just not going to be enough as I get shots in here, cause a lot of damage to that Alsace, but it's not going to be enough as I'm set on fire again. And I'm kind of hoping I can set a fire on this Alsace before the inevitable happens, but it's not going to be the case. He burns me down. However, look how much health he's got left. And the Moskva who I'd helped heavily damage there, he gets taken out. So now there's just 2 battleships left. A Missouri and this Alsace, who is incredibly low health. And that's going to finish him off by the Zao. So now it's just the Missouri left. And here is Little White Mouse, our Wargaming community contributor, playing in probably the most OP Tier 10 battleship, at least so they claim, the Conqueror. And watch this Missouri. This Missouri pushes into the B cap point, and mind you, the enemy team has held these 2 cap points basically the entire game. The fact that they've lost so badly is really snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Little White Mouse unloads a bunch of high explosive right into this Missouri because she had the wrong ammunition type loaded. Oh, Mouse. Rookie mistake right there. Rookie mistake. You knew he was coming around the corner, and you knew he was basically going to be broadside on, but you kept that high explosive, the standard British battleship HE spam loaded, because that's just the play style of British battleship players. However, the Missouri is not going to survive this engagement because he has no health here, as he turns a little too much broadside there. Now, White Mouse needs to get her rear guns on target so that she can finish him off, and that's exactly what she does there. 169,000 damage done in that game. Devastating strike, my only award. 6 citadels, though. 234 secondary hits. 5 fire set. Only 2 kills. 9 planes shot down. But here's the surprise. As a Tier 8 battleship, with a Conqueror and a community contributor in the game, I am top of the team in the Richelieu with 2,000 base XP. Of course, no surprise here, Little White Mouse and the Conqueror coming in second on the team for XP earned at 1,600 base. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by following me on Facebook. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel or have me take a look at, you can send it to my email. And if you'd like to help support me and the channel, you can do so by becoming my supporter on Patreon. And finally, if you'd like to watch me play various games live, albeit intermittently, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.